Hello Internet, I am the Hero of Julios once again with another One Piece card pack opening video. This time we have the Memorial Collection. This is EB01. This is the first of its kind in the One Piece card game. For those of you who play the Digimon card game, it's very similar to the EX set. So the purpose of this booster isn't to really change the meta or cause like brand new strategies to overtake the world. It's designed actually with older strategies in mind. So we have cards that support the supernovas from set 1. We have cards for Iceberg from set 3. I mean, I don't think that makes a huge difference for Iceberg, but the important thing is like Impel Down. We got not Revolutionary, Dressrosa with Kyros as a leader. So there's a lot of older strategies getting some support with a couple cards that we'll see play in modern decks as well. But enough about that. The star player in this set is obviously Tony Chopper. There's a manga rare Chopper to try and obtain, so without further ado, let's see if we can get our hands on that. As with all my card pack opening videos, we are going to start at the bottom of the booster box because I have the superstition that something good is always waiting at the bottom. And we're starting off with 4 tricks, so take from that what you will. We got Doma, Koza, Bingo, Hamlet, Miss Monday, Sorry I'm a Goner, Shut Up and Come With Us, Oh Come My Way, I Want to Live, a lot of events in this pack. And for our rares, we're starting with Finger Pistol and Scratchman Apoo. Not a single yellow card in that pack. Interesting. Well, that's okay. We still have the other bottom of the box, which, again, could have something pretty nifty in it. I'm hoping for at least an SR. We start off with Mino Chihuahua, followed by another Doma, Hamlet, Bingo, Brooke, Did Someone Say Kami, Miss Monday, Shut Up and Come With Us, I Want to Live, the Hannibal Leader card, and for our rares we get Kid and Killer and Kingdom Come. So, not exactly, fitting my superstition, but that's okay, because, if it was every single time, then Bandai would have some explaining to do. So, let's get into the top of the box, see if there's anything crazy in there instead. You're going to see a lot of repeats this time because EB has a lot fewer cards. There are only, I believe, 61 different cards to obtain in this pack. So I'm actually going to maybe try something new, talk a little instead of, naming every single card I open because I'm going to get repetitive really fast. So this will be my chance to practice my monologuing. Oh, we got Bluno and Bluno. Oh, and we got an alternate art. We have Califa. So this is a rare in this set. She's a 5 cost to play, 5,000 power with 1,000 counter. Her on play is Dawn -1. If our leader has the Water 7 type, we can add up to 2 character cards with a cost of 4 or less from our trash to our hand. So gives Iceberg a lot of recursion that he kind of needs badly, considering if you can't attack with the leader, then you probably need to use his leader ability every single turn. Otherwise, he's not a very useful leader. Oh, I love this one. You got this cute little Laboon art. I especially love the alt arts for Laboon and Brook from this set. My main goal is to get Chopper and the Mr. 2 alt, which obviously are the 2 poster childs, being the secret rare and then the literal poster child of the set. But I do like Brook and Laboon's alt arts. I've seen them, and actually, between you and me, I pulled one of those Brook, or not Brook. No, I did. I pulled Brook's art, not Laboon's. We got Gastino in this one. Oh, Funk Feet. Haven't gotten him yet. Mountain God, the one that Odin killed off. We got Little Baby Laboon. Another Hamlet. Yamato. This Kami one is interesting. It's the 4 cost to play that lets you play an Enel from your hand or trash. If you're an Enel player, you're already going to be at that kind of health. Like, you're only going to be at 1 life for the most part anyways. So dropping down to 1 isn't necessarily the end of the world. Plus, it has a great trigger. You draw 2 cards and then trash 1, which is always nice. You gain a card in the end. Oh, that's right. We Mr. 9, Miss Monday. We have We have a lot of Baroque work support too, so if you're playing the, more specifically the purple crocodile, the purple-yellow crocodile, not so much the purple-blue one. But there's a lot of useful cards in that. Well, I see something shiny, so I'm going to fast forward myself, see what we got here. Oh, it's Miss Wednesday. Speaking of Baroque works. 3 cost to play, 4,000 power, 1,000 counter. She is a blocker with the ability of, on your opponent's attack, Dawn -1. If your leader's type includes Baroque works, add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it as active. All in all, it's a pretty decent ability. It effectively just restands one of your Dawn, which prepares you for things like Oh Come My Way and whatnot. The when on opponent's attack does happen before the blocker phase, so you can choose to block even after everything you've changed. So that's pretty nice. Let's see, we got Crocus, Bluno, I Want to Live, Did Someone Say Kami, Come With Us, Brook, and for our rares, Scarlet and Viola. Viola is another blocker, 2 cost to play, 0 power, 1,000 counter. Her on play, we can choose one of the 2 following effects. We can look at all of our opponent's life cards and place them back in their life in any order, or we can turn all of our life cards face down. Now, being able to flip your life cards over doesn't seem super useful, personally, but there are currently 2, maybe, yeah, I would say 3 leaders that actually could try to benefit from such an ability. For example, the new Kyros flips your life cards over in order to gain yourself the ability to destroy an opponent's character, whereas the Luffy and Ace from the 3 Brother starter decks respectively lose those cards if they're not face down. So I believe at the end of Ace's turn, they all go away, and then at the end of, or not at the end of Luffy's turn, it's, oh, let me just interrupt myself. The other alt art I have obtained is T-Bone. 5 cost to play, 5,000 power, 2,000 counter, which is always nice. His on play KOs up to one of our opponent's characters with a cost of 2 or less. Unfortunately, he is a 5 cost to play, which means you can't use him with things like Moria, but he is a Navy card, and interestingly enough, a Water 7 card as well. So he is searchable, he is 2,000 counter, and he's a decent sized body on the board. I kind of think he'd be stronger if he was, say, maybe he took out a 3 cost, because without being able to be easily played by things like Moria, or I'm trying to think of another card that easily summons 4 costs. Oh, it's the new Spandine that came out in this set. There's just, I don't know, he could be a stronger card. I do like the alt art, though. It is nice to see T-Bone getting some appreciation. For those of you who are not up to date with the manga, you know what I'm talking about, or who are up to date with the manga, you know what I'm talking about. I won't talk too deeply into it. Oh, here's the new Kyros leader. And we got Gonfall and Izo as our rares. That Izo card, I have been playing in the online simulator, and that Izo is annoying. The making something 2,000 power weaker. Not to mention it has an on play that moves Dawn cards. It's pretty nasty. Little Baby Laboon, got Logtown, Brook, Come With Us, Mont Blanc Cricket, Miss Monday. Oh, I accidentally put my Brook in my purple pile. Hang on a second. There we go. Got another Bluno. And then this is the Odin leader. So now I officially have each of the leader cards from this set. Yes, because this is a half booster, it is also a half leader set. But if you're only playing with, this set, if you only open up this set and these are the only leaders available, they are all dual colored, which is nice because at the bare minimum, you're still able to play with any color you want. Got Miss Monday, Prince Ballet, Brook, Come With Us, I'm a Goner. And for our rares, we got Spandine, like I just mentioned, and T-Bone, like I was talking about earlier with his alt art. When it comes to the new set with the new strategies and all that, I'm actually going back to my old Cypher Pull deck because I think I want to see what I can do with the set 3 Rob Lucci leader before the next set comes out and brings a arguably better Rob Lucci leader to the board. We got Brook, Yamato, another Kyros, Gonfall, and the regular Art of Califa, which I don't think we've seen yet, so that's nice. Well, I'm hoping, given that I've already opened my 2 alt arts, that I at least get the secret rare in this box, because I would like to try and get a playset without trying to fight my way through everybody else to get one. We actually haven't seen any of the SRs except for we got Miss Wednesday and Viola, so the other half of this box is going to be, yeah, there's another set of 2 rares. It's going to be a really nice bottom half of the box, considering. Next up, we got Laboon, got Doma, Gastino, Koza, Logtown, Bluno, Yamato, Chambers. See, Chambers, that, I don't know why it's not Shambles, why it's Chambers instead. Oh, hey, there we go. Got Chopper, got Tony Chopper. So let me just, I'll get back to my Chambers thoughts in a moment. Chopper is a 3 cost to play, 4,000 power with 1,000 counter. He is also a blocker. A lot of blockers in the SRs today. Anyway, it says when attacking, which is a weird thing to give a blocker, he needs 2 Dawn attached, but it gives up to one of my opponent's characters 3,000 power during the turn. Could be useful in Red Purple Law, could be useful in Straw Hat Crew. The upcoming Tony Chopper leader, I believe it is set 8 they announced that for. The set 8 Chopper is an animal leader who benefits from using animals and Drum Kingdom, so we'll see how that goes. Next we got Crocus. Oh, that's right, I wanted to go back to my Chambers thoughts. One thing that kind of bugs me in this card game, if I'm being honest, is sometimes they'll take English translations of card names or character names. Sometimes they'll use the Japanese name, and sometimes they'll just straight up use whatever they're feeling like. Oh, like this. We got Mr. 2 Bon Coude, which is weird because everybody calls him Bon Clay, so I don't know. They take like enunciations and use them instead of the actual like spelling. Anyways, this is a very powerful card. 4 cost to play, 1,000 power, 1,000 counter. His on play adds a Dawn card from our Dawn deck active, which effectively makes him cost 3 instead of 4. His when attacking ability, we can select up to one of our opponent's characters, and this character's base power becomes the same as the selected character's power during this turn. So let's say your opponent dropped down their 10 drop Big Mom, 12,000 power. That's cool. I'm going to swing 12 now, as Mr. 2 goes. You don't even have to attach any Dawn. It's just a huge power play, which is exactly why this secret rare is so well sought after. Why it is such a popular card. Its alt art, in my opinion, is hilarious. It was a missed opportunity in the first set not to give him an alt art that provided the full display of his abilities. If I did pull the alt art, I would have been able to show you, but I did not, and that's okay, because we got T-Bone and we got Califa instead. Speaking of which, we got the Mini Mary. We have Come With Us in this one. We got Oh Come My Way. We have I Want to Live. We got Chambers, and Bluno, and Finger Pistol. I think Finger Pistol's a really good card. Trashing 2 from the top of your deck doesn't feel bad in black, not to mention the fact that it takes out a 5 cost or lower, which is the same as the soon-to-be banned, what's it called, Reject. I'm monologuing a little extra because this pack's being difficult. But yeah, Reject's going to get banned soon as of the making of this video, so it's nice to see that there are other cards of slightly less power capable of doing what it does. I also like I Want to Live. If you have 30 or more cards in your trash, you get to gain a life, which is a great counter because it is effectively an infinite counter since, no matter how strong an opponent's character is, they will always do 1 life of damage unless they have double attack. So even if you figure out a way to get 1,000,000 power and swing it at your opponent and he has a life, game's still going. Then we got Logtown, Bingo, Mr. 9, Doma, Funkfried, Chambers, Come With Us, Kami, I'm a Goner, Yamato, and for our rares, There Was No Way You Could Defeat Me, and Charlotte Flampe, which is the first copy of Flampe we've pulled so far in this box, which is crazy. We've pulled pretty much all the other rares twice. Flampe is the pot of greed of One Piece right now. Her on play, you add a card from your top or bottom life to your hand, and then you draw a card. For those of you who play an L, dropping down a life doesn't feel bad, and being able to draw from your life is effectively the same as drawing a card. So as a result, Flampe just feels like you're drawing 2 cards at the start of the game, and puts you at a stark advantage compared to your opponent. I believe Flampe herself actually gets an alt art in this set, so be on the lookout for that if you're one who is a collector such as myself. Next up, we got Bingo, Funkfried, Doma, Mr. 9, Fortrix, Army Wolves, Oh Come My Way, Sorry I'm a Goner, I Want to Live, Brook, and for our rares, Off-White, and Brook. Not like the Brook that we saw earlier, that Brook was still alive. This Brook, on the other hand, is definitely dead. 3 cost to play, 4,000 power, 1,000 counter. His on play and when attacking, give up to one of your opponent's characters -1 cost during this turn. Then KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 0. I'm actually thinking about putting that in my Gecko Moria deck, because there's a lot of 6 cost characters that I can Ice Age and then use Brook to finish off. Another option would be to, if you're lucky enough to have a Kuzan on the board, you can Kuzan, Ice Age, and then Brook in order to take out anything in the game, which is pretty nice. And because it's not a once per turn ability, if you are running perhaps a red-black deck or a green-black deck that lets you restand some of your cards, it's actually a great opportunity to use that ability multiple times. So keep that in mind if you're fighting against someone who has a green deck and they are using such a card. Anyways, this other SR we pulled, I know I kind of glossed over, is the 6 cost to play, 7,000 power, 1,000 counter, Inazuma. Impel down, Revolutionary Army. At the end of your turn, if you have 2 or less cards in hand, draw 2 cards. Simple as that. What's crazy about that is how well it plays with Emporio Ivankov, considering Eva draws 2 if your hand is empty, so you can get up to 4 cards if you have Inazuma on the board. And if you're not playing Impel Down and you just happen to be using Inazuma, she'll draw you 2 cards, and then let's say you're at 0, you have 2 Inazuma on the board, you can still get up to 4. So, finishing this off, we got 3 packs left. Our bronze medal gives us Fortrix, Mino Chihuahua, Gastino, Mini Mary, Hamlet, Prince Ballet, Bluno, Oh Come My Way, Army Wolves, Kami, and for our rare Sanji, and Conqueror of 3 Worlds, Ragnaroku. I don't know why it doesn't just say Ragnarok, but that's okay. Next up we have, in our silver medal, always a great start, we got Baby Laboon. Then we have Mountain God, Compote, Mr. 9, Crocus, I Want to Live, I'm a Goner, Yamato, Bluno, Chambers, and for our rares we have Little Oars Jr. and Shirahoshi. Now this is a powerful new card. I know it's a 2 cost to play, 0 power, 1,000 counter, which is not powerful up front, especially if it's a blocker. You know, it's super easy for red to blow up, super easy for black to get rid of, but it's the other effect that she has that makes her so powerful. You see, when this character is KO'd by your opponent's effect, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life cards. Meaning, this Shirahoshi can gain you a life or protect one of your lives as a blocker. Either way, your opponent has to do something about it. All right, well, that's going to be tough to beat, considering that's arguably one of the best SRs in the set, and we already saw our alt arts and secret rare. So let's see what the final pack gives us with Mountain God, Gastino, Funkfried, Crocus, Oh Come My Way, Brook, Yamato, Army Wolves, Mont Blanc Cricket. Oh, and we have an Odin leader with rares of Kid and Killer and Sanji. So with that, give me one moment to rearrange a couple things. Okay. So from this box, we pulled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 SRs, 1 secret rare, and 2 alternate arts. This seems to be par for the course. I've talked to a lot of buddies of mine, and I will admit I have already opened a box before opening one for the channel, because I like spending time with my brother, and opening packs is a nice way to bond with family. But as always, let me know in the comments if you thought this was a good selection, if these were some good cards I pulled. If there was a character you were hoping to see, or if there was one that, doesn't even have a card yet, and you were just kind of hoping that, why doesn't Sarfunkel have a card yet? We need Gaimon support is what we need. We need a Whoop Slap leader. However you feel about it, let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching as always. I will see you in the next video. This is the Hero of Julios, Xing out.